Oh, yes, hello. I'm Dan Morrow, owner of the Gallery at Ten Oaks, coming to you live with another installment of Life at the Gallery at Ten Oaks. This is actually kind of difficult. In previous weeks, when I said that I was coming to you live, I thought that meant that like I was live while I was recording it, and that we would be having, some green screen and special effects and video editing and whatnot, and like a voiceover from Morgan Freeman or something to kind of fix it all before it went up on the internet. But my wife Nancy told me that literally, you're just looking at me right now live through the camera, which is way harder than you would imagine. I mean, do you want to stand here and do this? This is ridiculous. It's really kind of off-putting. But to further compound my troubles, after my performance or lack of performance last week on the video, my wife is not running the camera. Last I saw her, she was curled up in a corner of the gallery crying somewhere. I'm going to try to find her after this. Hopefully we can get her back next week. I'm just having to do this week myself, and we're soldiering on, and we'll make this work. So here's what we've got to talk about, of course, going on at the gallery. Is artist Whitney Jane's featured artist show is happening here right now. We've got that hung up. I'll give you just a taste of a few of these beautiful pieces right up here in her show. You'll have to come down and see them all in person to really experience the whole thing. It is an acrylic waxed digital mixed media extravaganza in each piece, and let me just say, handmade donut knobs. That's as much as I'm going to say about that. You'll have to come see what that means. Furthermore, Whitney was interviewed just this morning at 9 a.m. on Joel Zach's radio show Talking About Art in Salem. If you missed that this morning, it's a fascinating interview. I recommend that later today, when they've got the program archives live, you go to kmuz.org, go to the link for Talking About Art, and listen to that show. Joel does a fantastic job with his show, very educational every week about what's going on in the Mid-Willamette Valley art scene, and a fantastic interview with Whitney so you can learn all about her and her process. Definitely go check that out. Let's see, of course, here at the gallery, we still have the Chiaroscuro Casting Shadows in Mosaic, the Mosaic show from the 10 artists in the Northwest Mosaic Artists Alliance. That show is going now through the end of September, and this is the last stop for this show. You will not be able to see this show after the end of September. Come see it in person. People's minds have been literally blown as they've come in and seen this work. It's quite stunning. You have to get in here and see it. We'll be having Whitney Jane's featured artist opening reception a week from tomorrow. That's September 8th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. So we hope to see you here and experience both of these shows, and be careful because you may get caught in the crosshairs of what I'm calling the Whitney Jane energy beam. So be aware of that. Now, I was also hoping to give you a little tour today of some other artists in the gallery. This could be a little complex, but doing this myself, I think what we can do is just set this here on the tripod, and oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can totally give you a tour of this. Is anybody watching this? There we go. Perfect. Hang on a second. Feel better when I get my coffee cup. Oh, that's good coffee. So, what I wanted to talk to you about was a few of our artists that I haven't highlighted for a while. First is fused glass artist Ann Cavanaugh. Come take a look at this, at the pieces that Ann is creating that hang on the wall. If you come right in here, Ann has created this, rather than translucent glass, this is a mixed media glass. It's opaque, it hangs on the wall. Ann doesn't even quite know what to call it. It's such a beautiful landscape piece. Were you not able to see that when I go in there? Oh boy, this is difficult. You should, okay, so how can you see this? Come in here, I've got Hirofumi Glover's piece in this room. This is his polo player's piece. This is acrylic on canvas, also a really stunning new style that Hiro has created, and you're not seeing this either, are you? Okay. Here, Dan. Okay, well, let's talk about artist, photographer Lauren Nelson. Where did he go? Lauren is doing gelatin silver prints by hand. Here we go. It's somewhere in here. He develops them all himself, shoots on his Deardorff camera, 4x5 negative plate. Really beautiful stuff. Are you not seeing this? You've got to come down and see this in person. I think I'm going to need to get my lovely wife and camera person back to help me out next week. This is much harder than I thought. So we will hope to see you next week. Come see Whitney's show and the Chiaroscuro show. Come see all these other artists, and tune in next week for even more information. And we will see you soon.